I've become better at dropping the micromanagement because the team hate it. Where I've been good at dropping the micromanagement is getting really clear on what are the tasks to be done and scoping that as a project. And use whatever flavor of task management system you want, whether it's Monday or Asana or Trello or whatever, it doesn't matter. But when the project is about, the objective of the project, the tasks of the project, and each task has someone assigned to it and a deadline and everything else, the job of a manager becomes managing that system of execution rather than managing every single person's work every day. The challenge is you do need to have staff that will actually get the things done, right? Sometimes you'll have staff, you'll give them something and they won't do it, or they'll be slow to do it. And that's frustrating and that's a challenge. And you have to manage that human element. There are things you can do to get people getting the work done, like huddles. You can do your start of the week meeting and set things up, and your end of the week, a retrospective to review work. You can do your scrums and whatever, methodology that you want to do. But I think the key point is your role is to engineer productivity in the team. It's not to babysit the team with their individual tasks. The other thing is, as a founder or a senior executive, unfortunately, really letting go of the need for everything to be perfect or the need for everything to be 100% your way. Because your team will, if they're not an equity holder in the business, they will never care about the business as much as an equity holder. They just won't. It's not their business. They may care 80%, they might care 90% if they're really motivated. So when that one thing in 10 doesn't get done, you just have to be okay with that. And founders will be hard, on themselves, and then hold everybody else to that same, very high standard. And I think high standards are a good thing, but you've got to remember that your job is to bring people together in a way that the work works for them, and then they will be motivated to do good work. And if you can find a way where their tasks feel good based on their skills and based on their values, it will feel less like a chore, and they'll find the motivation to get the things done. And particularly with young people, we're all gamers, right? Or we've grown up with gaming in some element, most likely if we're in the tech space. And so we can start to be clever about engineering gamification into the work that gets done. Things like milestones, things like shorter wait times on rewards. I read an article a year ago or a couple of years ago that said, rather than giving young employees one pay raise per year, take that pay raise, chop it up into 4 and give them one per quarter. So they feel like they're leveling up more often, right? Genius, perfect. So if you can look at, okay, well, what gets someone engaged in a game and on a neurobiological level, like what gives them the dopamine? What gives them the excitement? What is it about a task that might challenge them or motivate them, and then start to engineer some of that psychological trickery into your processes in the business? Perfect. That's like level 10 team management. Because then you won't have to be following up, is that task done yet? Is that task done yet? Is that task done well?